future of the UK energy storage market was hotly debated at Solar Media's recent roundtable discussion, but one theme united the attendant industry leaders, as PV Tech Storage editor Andy Colthorpe found out in these exclusive interviews.
I think next we need to get a little bit of a small bit of regulation in place, or at least a good guide to the storage practice, and so people can actually pick something up and look at what technologies are currently available, how they actually could integrate into their property, and then they would actually get a little bit of peace of mind knowing how that would be installed and how it's going to perform, which could actually relate back to the manufacturer's guidelines.
Collaboration in the UK is really critical between companies because the market is quite small, it's early days here, and I think collaboration on standards and on guidelines for the industry, the passport which is mentioned, is really quite key. To have a common mechanism of scoring technology, and that could be used to support financing, as well as a code of practice to support how people solve product and are trained to efficiently install. Quite a lot of the cost of a storage system is actually customer end, from surveying to selling to installing, and we work very hard to reduce that cost so it can be installed with an app and is maybe financed for the customer and installed within an hour. Otherwise, there's a large opaqueness towards the system cost. So I think industry collaboration there on standards is important, so customers know what they're getting. But I think the bigger challenge with storage is the end customer is just one customer. The real customer is the network and the channel, whether that's utility or the network operator or the nation or a developer, and the customer is one part of that. So having a model where customers are a benefit of storage and not necessarily the only participant is quite key. So I think collaboration is critical for that, and I think transparency on market standards is very important.
The important thing is not to pile another layer of regulation on for the sake of it. We already have i.e. wiring regulations which are in place to make sure that installations are safe. There's a whole host of regulations about management of materials, so there's no need to put yet another layer on top. However, I think it's important as an industry that we put together good working practices such that things aren't missold, and we avoid the opportunities that occurred in the solar industry where, for want of a better phrase, you saw the double glazing sales guys come in and selling solar without knowing what it was, and perhaps mis-selling. We don't want mis-selling in the storage industry because it's going to give us a bad name.
It's very interesting because it seems to be like, when every market starts up, in every market it's the same discussion about policy regulation. We had that in Germany already, and I think UK can learn a lot of what we have done in Germany in terms of a regulatory framework. In the UK, it's important to talk about a supportive regulatory or supportive framework for storage systems. That's what you should do, not talk about how to create incentives for storage systems, and that's really important.